thing you can think of.
Okay, you are
David Wyant,
go ahead.
professional engineer in Virginia,
Okay,
local consultant
all right.
around in the Charlottesville area.
Okay, cool. So David, you're going to tell us about the cause of these cracks and what we have to be concerned with and what we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, these cracks, and look down here on this one, and it's pretty much it's on the solid soil. It's not a field that we run into in a lot of places. This piece over here is a little bit higher than the other, indicates this side is settled some. The cracks are as wide as any I've seen in a floor, but essentially they're stable. It's not apt to be moving and getting any larger. You can build over top of it. It's unleveled. If you put that floor over it, you're going to need to level it up. It doesn't have any real set pattern to it. It is broken like most concrete. If you look from the wall from where the dog is up underneath of the table here, there's about 10 foot between each crack all the way to the front door. Same thing along the front. And all these cracks are set, and that's the way Mother Nature breaks it. This slab does appear to be poured separate from the other slab, especially back in that storage room, because it looks to have been broken now. On the outside edge, you'll see the top of the concrete block they use for form with your plate on top, your wooden 2x8 on the top of it. And that looks like it's not tied in there. It's a floating slab, which ends up being good. And what I mean by floating is that it doesn't have any rigid ties back into the wall, and there's not nothing to be concerned about that. The slab doesn't appear to have a lot of steel, if anything, in it, but otherwise the cracks wouldn't have been as wide, but that's not a major concern if you're going to put some kind of a floor system over top of it.
Okay, so what we have essentially is a floor that was pour level, but because of the fill, it's settled somewhat. It's cracked because concrete is not flexible.
Yeah.
And not likely to go any further?
No, and you can look at it and tell it's fairly stable. In the engineering industry, this is called rigid concrete. Asphalt is called flexible concrete. And this here, with just a little bit of a gap underneath of it, will have will create a crack because it doesn't have much giving to it at all. Not like a flexible where vehicles run over it and you can get depressions in like you see it on the highways.
Mm-hmm.
This was cracked. I think you probably didn't have a whole lot of compaction underneath. Most of these contractors don't compact like they do on the road.
Okay.
Roads. You don't see rollers here or anything. They just probably leveled it off, and then so it's like loosely dumping dirt.
Gotcha.
Compaction, we want 95%. The maximum that you can get for that particular soil. Most of this was probably done more like an end dump, or it was in situ, which was naturally there, and most time that's in about 85. So you had about a 10% lack of compaction underneath. So it gave us a little bit of give to cause the cracks. Without the extra steel in it, then you got a little bit wider gap.
Okay.
But once it gets down to that point, it's stable.
Okay. So really nothing to worry about as far as further movement at this point?
I would not be concerned about that. If this was over top of some space, yeah, I would. But this, I wouldn't be concerned here with this one.
Okay. Very good. That's all we need. Thanks, David.